Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Eggheads DFS daily NBA podcast for DraftKings on January 22nd. I'm Dan Walker. I've got Chris with me as always. What's up, man?
How's it going, dude?
Good, good. Just coming off kind of a crazy weekend. You know,
Yeah,
NFL
yeah,
NFL was kind of, I guess, lackluster, but it was a two-gamer, so I don't hold a lot of weight into that. NBA for you yesterday, I think, was pretty decent. Uh,
yeah.
NHL was good last night, yesterday. I didn't play the early slate. I played I don't know, the main 4 or 5 game or whatever it was. So that
Yeah.
my line did well over there. I know your line did well over there. So yeah, and basketball was, good for you yesterday. Saturday was a little off. I don't know. FanDuel has been crushing for me. I think I'm on like 5 in a row on FanDuel. It's a lot less tough decisions on FanDuel, right? I mean, you remove a guy and then
Yeah.
you got a guy, so you go him, and then you know, basically you play. You always end up playing someone. You're like, am I comfortable with them? Probably not, but I like the combination I get if I go them. So I think it's just a
Yeah,
little bit
no, sure.
a little bit easier right now on FanDuel with NBA, and it's guys dudding that should be doing well and values not hitting. So um, yeah, but we'll jump into tonight's slate. I've got 5 people pulled up. Uh, some news, I guess. Giannis is still out. DeAndre Jordan is out tonight. Um, Anybody else? I guess that I'm missing.
Uh, Rodney Hood is out too.
Hood is out. Yeah. And I'll talk about someone about that. Butler, I don't think we've seen anything on. I know he missed Saturday unexpectedly, which he does to everybody about 3 to 4 times a year. So,
Yeah, he's currently
uh,
questionable right now.
yeah, full right knee, and they're a late game, so that sucks for that.
Yeah.
Uh, that really, I mean, Belizia or whatever, Belizia is 3K still, and he hit value last game. Wiggins hit value last game without Butler, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're nice to us, and Jimmy Butler woke up sore this morning, and he's not going to play, or he feels really good, and they're going to play. But we'll monitor the news like always and see what happens and kind of go from
Yep.
there. Chris Dunn is out too. That's the big one because I've got Grant in my lineup right
Yeah.
now. So we'll start with him. So I think I don't want to say he's like a lock today for cash because he wasn't really too impressive against Atlanta last time, and Schroeder's not a good defender, but he only shot the ball 6 times.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Well,
you know,
I mean, he's pretty close to a lock. He's probably the closest thing right now. At the point guard position, right, for a lock at least at his price starting. Like I said, he didn't shoot the ball that well, but he still exceeded value last game, if I'm not mistaken, right? So,
yeah, he went about
you
six.
know, yeah. So that's I guess that's encouraging.
Yeah,
Um,
and I do like guards
yeah,
against Rondo, so I like the matchup. Um, I hope this game is close, and I hope it's as fast as I imagine it's going to be. But with Dunn out, I don't know how fast they're playing. I didn't watch the Atlanta game, but I know they won. I think they played well. So, I hope this game stays close and Cousins and Davis don't go nuts and ruin it in a blowout. But he might even get blowout minutes because I know Levine is still hovering around like 20 minutes.
yeah. He won't play
So,
blowout minutes, obviously. Levine,
yeah,
that is.
yeah. So I
Um,
mean, 4,900 price went up a little bit, but he
yeah,
needs 25 for value. I think he's going to be popular. I think he can get it against Rondo. So, you know, he only shot 6 times last game and hit 27. That's kind of what he needs tonight. So maybe he drives a little bit more and shoots a little bit more tonight. So, you
yeah,
know, Pelicans are not good against wings. They're tough on the interior with Davis and Cousins. So maybe he shoots a little bit more tonight. And we see a little bit of that from him. But yeah, I like him for cash. I might even consider him for GPPs just because the upside's there as the starting point guard here
yeah,
to 30, 35 in this situation. So yeah, he was kind of the first person I put in my lineup when I saw Dunn was out again. So
yeah. Me too. I think a lot of people are going to go there. Kind of the savvy people.
yeah,
People use like optimizers and stuff. Because he's going to rate so high.
yeah, he
So he's
will.
going to be. probably the highest owned guy, as of right now, at least on the slate because of his price and the position he's in, right, with the minutes he's going to get.
Sure.
I agree with you though. I think he's blowout safe, right? I mean, because they're not going to play Levine, in garbage time. If they are blown out, they're not going to risk that. They're just getting him back from injury now. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I think he's a pretty good spot tonight. So that's a
Yeah.
good call, and I think that's a good way to start your lineup. It's great to start a lineup right with salary savings. So
Yeah.
I like that.
There's a lot of point guard shooting guards I like tonight. So he is shooting guard eligible, I believe. So that's nice to have. Or no, he's not. He's on. Sorry. But either way, on DraftKings, you got guard and utility, so it's easy to get him in. The next guy on the other side of this game is Drew Holiday that I like tonight. And I know the price has been creeping up slowly. Honestly, I don't think it is where it's supposed to be, even with the way he's been playing. I mean, 47, 52, 47, 35, 49. He's shooting a lot right now and taken away from Etwan, who's not shooting as much. And I don't know if that's just because Drew Holiday is kind of on a confidence level right now where, if I get the ball, I'm going to shoot it 20 times a game or what that is. But I like this matchup. And his brother plays for Chicago. So
little rivalry.
I like the brother versus brother matchup here. I don't know if there's any weight or correlation of numbers into that, but he's in a good spot. He's playing well. I always like to ride the hot hand, especially on a
especially when you're shooting
like this. And
and you kind of mentioned the pace. You think it's going to be kind of quicker, so that bodes well for him. And he's kind of doing it. Not just this the scoring's up. His scoring is really, has really taken a dramatic, trend in the right direction. But he's also getting, his assists are going up, his rebounds are going up. He's kind of doing it all. Kind of what the Pelicans probably wanted, when they first got him. So, yeah, man, if this pace is going to be fast, yeah, give me Drew Holiday for sure.
Yeah, and you've kind of been on him, I guess, the last couple games probably. I know you played him at least a couple times.
Yeah,
I like him. He's not a lock for me by any means, but I think given the situation and the personal, I guess, reason playing against his brother and stuff, I think it's kind of cool. I think he comes out and wants to play well and gets excited his brother's playing against him, and they're in town and so I like him here. I like the matchup. He's done pretty well in some bad matchups lately. I mean, Boston and Memphis, he put up 47 49. So, DFS would tell you, he's in a good matchup here. He should do well, but I've seen some crazy things. So if you want to fade him in a really good matchup and maybe he goes for 25 and doesn't hit it, I could see it. But I think for cash, he's going to be someone I probably look to get in my lineup tonight. So
yeah, no, it's a good call. And
and then
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, he is. No, I was gonna say you were gonna say he's in a good spot, and he is. So, looking around at all the other players, I think there's a lot of overpriced players tonight. So looking at him, I think he's right where he probably should be, almost maybe underpriced from what he's been doing. So I like him tonight, and I'll bring up my boy next, Eric Bledsoe, but you are not one. You are not one to look into revenge game factor. But that is why I am here. So
you're a huge revenge game guy.
I am.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not a big Eric Bledsoe player. And
I hate Eric Bledsoe. I hate the way he plays basketball. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with it at this point.
No, I know. I'm just no. This is where we might be a little different with the Eric Bledsoe thing, but I think it's good to be a little different. So, why don't you kind of tell me where you why you like Eric Bledsoe a little bit tonight?
Well, Giannis is out, and Middleton. We talked about before. Middleton took that game over last game, so Bledsoe, I think 29.5 or came up short, and his price went up. I know that, but Phoenix is awful against point guards.
They are.
And he also gets to play against the team that when they played the first time in Phoenix, Giannis was out, and I think Bledsoe put up 40 or 50, didn't he? I thought.
Yeah.
And Giannis was out that game, and I think Middleton put up 40, 50. Bledsoe put up 40, 50, and Um, we talked about it. I love this game. I
Yeah,
think if you were gonna
yeah,
game stack, man, I would go Bledsoe, Middleton. You could even throw Brogdon in there if he plays. I'd
yeah,
throw in TJ Warren, Booker. I'd throw in all the freaking athletes in this game.
yeah,
And I think that's why I like Bledsoe, man. I think if the game's fast and it stays close, I, I don't know. I don't see how he doesn't get 40, which is what he needs. And, you know, I don't think we see the 29.5 that he had last game where Middleton basically did everything last game. I think he had a triple double, didn't he?
yeah. He was,
Last game? Middleton?
yeah, he did, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's, I guess,
I don't think he's gonna have to do that stuff tonight, man. I think Bledsoe is gonna get amped up for this. I think he's gonna drive the ball. I think he's gonna try to score more. So I think that takes a little bit away from Middleton as far as scoring for Middleton. But if this game is 115 to 110 or 115 to 105, even, I think Middleton hits value and I think Bledsoe hits value, and I think they're going to be really popular too. So I think in cash,
yeah,
I like the narratives for Bledsoe and Cash. I probably wouldn't go there in GPP for Middleton, especially. I wouldn't go there in GPP, but
there's much
um,
upside to that price.
yeah, as far as I mean, everything's here, man. Like the stars are aligned. Like revenge game. He's
Let's
at
do it.
home where he plays better. Phoenix is terrible against point guards. I don't really know how you don't play him
Yeah.
tonight.
So I will say this: if for some reason that Brogdon is ruled out, he's probable right now. Obviously, Bledsoe then becomes even more of a lock. Um, so I'd kind of watch out for that news because, like I said, if for some reason Brogdon can't play,
Yeah,
Bledsoe's going to get like a huge boost, and every optimizer, every one of your websites everyone goes to is going to, feed right more into Bledsoe.
yeah.
So this is the best game to stack in my opinion. Like right now, I love it. I think there's possibility for like a 110, 105, like you kind of said, score.
Mm.
So I agree with you right there. I guess the thing that kind of scares me is like last game you said like Middleton sort of took over. He kind of did it all. Um, I don't know if
He's,
that's going to happen again tonight. That's the only thing that wavers me off of, you know, Bledsoe. But man, Phoenix is
yeah,
just so bad at point guard, right? They're just so bad against the point guard position that it's hard to overlook, Bledsoe in this spot.
it is. It is.
80, his price went up, right? It's 8,200, so that's a little high, but no ABC tonight. If the game's going to be high scoring like we predict, it's going to come from like guys like Middleton and Bledsoe and Brogdon. So for cash, I fully see going, with all three of those guys tonight. I think a lot of people are going to do that too. So it sort of
Absolutely.
makes sense.
Yeah,
At
and
11:30.
we were talking about it a little bit off of this pod, and it's funny the way it'll be curious. I'll be interesting to see which way I go tonight because legitimately I could play $5 in my lineup tonight.
No, you
Now,
really can.
would I do that? I don't know, but I mean, you look at guys like Snell and Brown, who basically need like 15 to 20 DK points to hit value. Like
Yeah,
those guys would be the guys I'd fill in as fillers around other people. But we were talking about if you go Bledsoe Middleton, I mean, that's 16.9, so 17,000 for two guys. I mean, you basically need 85 DK points out of the two to hit value.
yeah,
So if you do that, and let's say they both, say they both go for 45, right? I don't know how many of those other guys, like Brogdon, is Brogdon going to get 25, 30? Is Brown going to get 25 again? I don't know. But I do know that I like these two guys because they're the workhorses of Giannis out, and they're the primary beneficiaries of usage with him out. So,
yeah. No, for sure.
if Giannis is already out, if Brogdon's out, man, geez, I'll lock them both, and I won't even think twice about
Yeah.
it just because of the matchup and the game flow and everything. Yeah,
I enjoy playing Brogdon a lot. I don't just
he's good. He's a good player,
yeah,
man.
he's a good player. He's a solid basketball player. He's not like that flashy of a basketball player, but he's solid. He's good for DK and for FanDuel because he kind of does it all, right?
Yeah.
I think he's isn't he small forward eligible?
He's point guard, shooting guard eligible.
Point guard. So that's nice little flex right there. But
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
a lot of people right now at 11:30 in the morning are going to lock these three guys in, at least two out of the three, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
kind of
Yep.
going forward. So
Yeah.
I like.
And
I
then
like that.
yeah, and then the last guy, we'll move to center and talk about the last guy, Superman. Uh, this is he's kind of your guy. You you get Howard right a lot of times. I don't necessarily get him right a lot of times, and I like the matchup here because Sacramento is statistically one of the worst against centers. I know he only put up 34 against them the last time, but they absolutely destroyed Sacramento in that game. So
Yeah, he didn't have to do everything.
I don't know how much to look into that. He only played 29 minutes. So, I mean, if Sacramento hangs in here, which Sacramento's been playing a little bit better with these young guys, but,
Yeah,
um, Dwight's been 43, 48, 52, 41, the last four. Great matchup against Sacramento. Price is up a little bit, but kind of
yeah,
tell me what you're thinking about Superman
yeah,
tonight.
man. So, like you kind of just brought it up. The game last time was a blowout, and he still, he kind of fell short of value, obviously. But if that game would have been close, there's no doubt. I think Dwight would have hit value. So we're kind of banking on the game being a little closer this time. But dude, he's just playing so much better this year than he has in the past 2 or 3 years. I think he kind of found, I
Yeah.
think he's kind of found his spot, and it really doesn't matter who he goes up against, man. He's been doing this against all different kind of centers. He's been sort of like, playing very, very consistently kind of all year. And then you kind of mentioned it, play, like he's going up against all young guys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are these guys going to be able to contain him for 35, 38 minutes tonight? I just don't see it. I mean,
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if Randolph plays, I mean, Cauley Stein's the center, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, I
he'll
just
see
don't know how these young
Cauley
guys.
Stein. Yeah, he'll see Cauley Stein, and then he'll see who Kufis maybe if Kufis
Yeah,
even plays, and then
Kufa's
Labisa
probably
Reed
one
or
of those
whatever.
guys is not. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they're going to do it by committee against him. I think if like if Zebo sits or Kufa sits, and that's even more reason for me to kind of like Howard,
yeah,
just because I think he could dominate these younger players. So
I
he's
agree.
my number one center right now.
Yeah, I think kind of piggybacking off that, if a salary comes into play and there's a guy I want and I have 1,100, you know, if for some reason I want to play someone, I'm at 1,100 over, I have no problem going to Gobert.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that I mean,
I mean,
he gets Atlanta, right? So
yeah,
we know what that sort of means.
yeah, yeah. Deadman is bad, but I don't even think Deadman
Yeah,
started. I don't think Deadman started last game, if I remember correctly. I think he's playing like 25 minutes a game. Edmund is. Yeah, I like
I can't.
Gobert. He's been kind of smashing since he came back, dude.
Well,
He's looked
what's the
really
coach's
good.
name?
What's
What's the
that?
coach's name in Utah? In Utah? What's the coach's name in Utah again?
That would be oh God,
I can't
Quinn
think of it.
Snyder. Sorry, Quinn Snyder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he. I had heard him speak the other day, and he kind of mentioned that they really want to start playing more for Rudy. Like over the years, they haven't been as much.
yeah,
So that now that he's back, I think they're really trying to kind of go that route.
yeah,
So that's even
yeah.
more reason. Like
Yeah,
this is 1 and 1A for me. And,
exactly. Yeah, I think I was gonna say not even 1-2. I think 1A, 1B. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yep,
and
I'm with you on that one. Absolutely.
you want to know what? If I get some more value pump today, I wouldn't mind playing both. So,
Yeah, it could be a two center night. Yeah, for sure.
yeah,
I don't see any problem with that at all. Yeah.
no, give me some double doubles.
Yeah, and one guy I want to throw out. I was listening to something this morning, and then the AJC, which is the Atlanta Journal Constitution, which is like the big paper here.
Yeah,
They posted an article, man. I didn't even think about it when I saw the matchup, but like Joe Johnson is coming back to Atlanta.
oh,
And
Jesus.
they were just saying like, this might be Joe
Yeah,
Johnson's last game in Atlanta. Like unless he gets traded or something. But Hood is out.
yep.
And if Joe Johnson plays 20 to 25 minutes against Atlanta, in Atlanta against the team he played for, man, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to play him in cash, but for GPP, I mean, I might throw him into something just because I'm not as big on revenge narratives as I am like players who like farewell games, kind of, you know, are like returning to their old team, because revenge games to me, like you play against your old team and stuff didn't go well, right? Like Bledsoe got like forced out of Phoenix, and he basically posted on Twitter, I don't want to be here anymore. So there was some bad blood there. Joe Johnson basically like brought Atlanta back to like relevance, and when they had Millsap and they all made the All-Star game, I think 4 of them maybe made it at the same time. So they're pretty excited to have him back. Like everyone loves Joe Johnson in Atlanta. So
you guys overpaid for him.
Well, absolutely we did. Yeah. But he was good while he was here, man. He made the All-Star game a couple times. So yeah, we did overpay, but I think we got rid of him at the right time. So, but I will say tonight, Joe Johnson, Rodney Hood is out. I like Joe Johnson in GPPs. He will be on my quick reference guide as someone to throw in there. And I also want to point out, I think he's like $100 off minimum salary on FanDuel. I think he's $3,600 over there. So if you're playing FanDuel, I looked this morning and he's $100 off minimum salary. So yeah. Anyone else you wanted to touch on tonight? I mean, there's a lot of options tonight because there's 9 games.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good players in good spots tonight.
Yeah.
But guys, you can sort of look at. We don't got to go through all of them. That's what the cheat sheet's sort of for.
Sure.
But I like Dame Lillard. I like tonight. I think he's in a pretty good spot. I like Donovan Mitchell, kind of as a GPP play.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good spots. I will say this, the NBA is a lot different than any other sport that we kind of cover. So guys at 6:30 can become in good spots, right? Guys we haven't talked about before. So utilize that for sure, going forward, because I mean, we never know, right? I mean, who's going to be ruled out half hour before locks, and we didn't talk about that all day, but then all of a sudden, Dwight Howard gets ruled out on everyone's radar. So
yeah, and you mentioned it too. I mean, we've got the free Slack chat for I guess for right now for non-paid subscribers, and basically the news feed comes through there as far as when players are out or if something happens, it just posts right in the Slack, which is really nice to look at. And we've got a group over there now, dude. We were talking yesterday. We talked basically everything DFS, maybe some other stuff on the side too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nice to have in there. And we will be doing the podcast every day. We typically do those. The quick reference guide, we'll do that as well. We'll post that on Twitter and in the Slack. If you're interested and want to sign up for the free Slack, let us know. If you're interested in the plans, let us know. We are doing free NHL, FanDuel, and DK this week. So I think the All-Star game's coming up. So I think this is a good week to
for sure,
kind of put some lines out and do that. And we've both had some pretty good success on FanDuel. So if you want to join, just let us know. You can contact us on Twitter at DFS Eggheads. You can DM us as well. So if you want to get in there, get into the free Slack, see the NHL stuff this week, we are doing that. And then if you're interested in becoming a paid sub, you can as well. So
yeah, I'll say this last thing before we go. NHL is so much fun to play. If you guys have never played NHL before,
that's awesome.
It's so much fun. These guys don't rest. These guys play no matter what.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great point. So we get our lines done at like 10, 11 a.m., right?
Yeah. So
and we never touch them. Yeah, it's beautiful.
No, so it's great. So
they are some tough people, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're on a slump with NBA because of guys, resting of all factors, NHL is a great way to go. So we had a good night, last night. So things are looking good for NHL. So let us know if you guys need anything going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can contact us on Twitter, and we'll add you to the Slack, and we'll go from there. And we'll be doing hockey tonight, NBA tonight, FanDuel, DraftKings. So contact us if you need anything, and good luck tonight.
All right, man. Good luck to you too.
All right. Yep.
All right,
Take care.